Okay guys, again to for loops. So mainly I'm gonna cover everything on for loops, everything possible, everything I can think of. Now we took the even and odd numbers. We're gonna cover now how can I print the multiple of a number. Let's say multiple of 5, multiple of 10s, multiple of 3s. So we can have it and let's make it look nice. Integer num1, I want it to be in a range of those two numbers, and let's say cout enter. And what do we want? Multiple of 5s. Enter 2 numbers to find the multiple. Okay, 1 minute. Model, and they'll say cout enter the multiple, or what do you want it? Multiple of 5, multiple of 10, and here let's close it and cn multiple. But I first want to show it, and let's make the program look really good. Two numbers. Let's comment those for a minute. Enter 2 numbers to find. Enter 2 numbers for now, so we can. Okay, I'm gonna have a. It's more preferred to have a backslash in after every cout, but I'm gonna keep it like that. Let's say num1 and num2, and if I want to find the multiple of 5s between what? Let's say 4, integer I equals 0, and I is less or equal 100. Multiple of 5 between 0 and 100. Yeah, is it gonna work? No, we need to start it with 1 and do here I plus equals 5, and remember, what does this equal? This equals I plus 5. I'm adding 5 each time. So now multiples of 5, I'll say cout I don't want an end line here. Let's make it on one line so we can see the output easily. Backslash in. Close the extra stuff. I just wanted the program to look nicer. Let's do the multiple of 5s between what? A fixed range, a for loop that I entered. Okay, close it. Let's say G plus plus Remember, this is what like doing build on Visual Studio, or you can run it on the online computer. -O, and Gaith is gonna be my output file. I can change it to anything I want. The file that I'm gonna compile is testloops.cpp, and now token before okay. Let's go to get and let's close it. Let's compile it. We compiled it. It compiled, no errors, and now we run it. And here's the multiple of 5. It gave me 1, 6, 11. So I was right at the first time when I had it as what? As 0. But remember, it gave us 1, 6. How can I solve that problem? How can I solve that problem? I'll show you in a minute. But let's compile and run this one. Compile, run. Here I have 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 till 100. See here, when we started with 1, it gave us the wrong answer. What we can do is add an if statement here. So let's go back, and this is a good question also for the final. If I have it this way, we need to put what? An if statement saying if I mod 5 equals 0, then output that's a multiple of that, of 5. So here, save, and I'll go here, and I'll put it back to what? 1. Is it gonna work? Let's see. It's not gonna work. Check why isn't it gonna work? This is a really, let me write it down. This is a really good question for the final. What happened, do you think? Didn't print anything. There was no multiple of 5s. How's that? We kept what? We kept here plus, so it's gonna do 1, 6, 11, 16. Those, the numbers there, it's counting the i's. I don't have an I that's gonna be a multiple of 5, but if I did plus, in this case I'm gonna count from 1 to 100 exactly. I'm not gonna count 1, 6, 11, 16, 21. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm gonna check if that number I is a multiple of 5 or not. So I can say compile, run, and here we go. This is a good way. Now to make my program more flexible, I want to enter the multiplication. So I want a multiple of 5, 10s. I can change it as I want, and I can make the range of the numbers whatever I want also. So num1 to num2, and remember here, to make it even more flexible, we can do the if statement. If you remember the one I did earlier with the even numbers, but here no. We want to make sure num1 should be smaller than num2. So here I'm doing num1 till num2, all the numbers in between those two numbers, and here I'm saying mod whatever the multiple. So I'll say cout is a multiple of what am I gonna put here? Is a multiple of multiple of 5s, multiple of 10s in the between the numbers or between. Okay, now that's not gonna see out. I is a multiple of 5, let's say, in the range or between num1 and num2, and here I prefer to put an end line here so we see each one on a separate line. Okay, that should work. Now let's see out I, everything mal. Okay, compile, check for errors, syntax, and run. Enter the multiple. Let's say I want multiple of 10s. Enter the range of numbers. Let's say I want it between 23 and 20 or 240. 23, so it gave me the right ones. Now when we see this, now you have to go, and if you remember the set precision, the IO manipulators, we should use them now. But let me fix this thing in the program. Here I said we should have put an end line, but I didn't. I can use \n and now save it. Remember, I always I want it to look more user friendly. You're not doing a program for yourself, you're doing it for a company. Or let's say multiple of 11s between the number, let's say 35 and 50. We only have 45, yeah, 44. That's good. So let's compile again. Okay, run again and enter the multiple, and let's say I want multiple of 33s and the range of numbers between 100 and 1,000. Oh, so it's a lot. Let's make it smaller so we can see everything on the screen. 33 in the range of 100 and 400. Let's say 100 multiple of 33s. So let's get the calculator and check. Calculator. Come on. See, the computer is slow because it's been working a lot lately. Let's say 132 divided by 33 is a multiple of 33. Yep, 4. 165 divided by 33 is a multiple 5. Okay, so now let's see, 33 multiplied by 6 equals 198 33 multiplied by 7 equals 231. So it's right, this is multiples. This is a really good example, guys, and here's another look at it. Remember, we might have it, it's gonna most likely we're gonna have a question on it in the final. Where did my ping? Oh, I have to write it down. On multiples. See the code? That's not, this is CNC out, and this is mainly the for. I'm gonna start from this number 100. I'm gonna stop at 400. I'm gonna increment by 1, and I want to check if it's a mul of 10, 33, 11, whatever I want. And what was the other thing we needed? Missing 1 out of 3, meaning this. Let's take one of those out. And what happens? I wanted to print at least one. Okay, I'll do that. And if I had one of those out, what happens? Now I'm gonna do it without a semicolon, and I'm gonna do it with a semicolon and see the differences. Okay. Compile, run, start, enter the multiple, and let's say I want multiple of 3's between 9 and 30. What is it giving me? I don't fit it loop, it's not stopping, and it's printing what? 9 is a multiple of 3. 9 is a multiple of 3 between 90 and 30. So what's not changing? 9 is not changing. Why? Because we took out what? We took out the I here. So what happens if I... Okay, let's take this one out and see. This is, what do you think it's gonna give you? It's gonna give you an error. Should give you an error. See, missing, but when I had a semicolon and missing the I, it didn't make a it just didn't increment I. And we can do this. I can increment I. Here, and this is not going to be the body of the if statement, body of the for loop. This is the body of the if statement. This is the first line after any one of them. If I don't have if I don't have curly braces. And now let's check this. Oh, I should have kept that for now. What was it? I less or equal num2, and I want to run it. This is what you're supposed to do when you program and train that way. Try all possible things. This is the best way to learn, guys. This is the best way to learn. What will happen if you do this, and here I can say enter a multiple of 3's. 2 numbers should be smaller than. Okay, I'm gonna do 9 and 30. So it's printed then. And here's what we can modify also. See, keep thinking of, I want to see the count of the loop. What number is it testing? See out I put an end line, so let's put an end line. I don't want to show. Multiple of 3 is between 9 and 30. So do you see it's printing all the numbers? 9 is a multiple, 10, 11, 12. 12 is a multiple, 13, 14. But here it's telling you this is a multiple of 3. This is another way. But now what can we do more? We said if I can take this out, what will happen? Though I have it as a CM, but it's not, it will see in it and I won't use it. Okay, let's do 3, 9, 30. Didn't stop. There's no condition to stop it. There's no condition to stop it. But what do you think? See the numbers? They're going 1,000, 20,000. It's gonna keep going up. It won't stop. So now let's go back to the code, and we did those. Missing 1 out of 3. Having 2 counters. This is a really good one. What if we had? Let's take all that out now because we're gonna change it. And here I'll have num_i, and let's say I is less than or equal 30 and I equals I plus j, and let's say here j equals 5. I have another counter. I'm not incrementing j, but let's see out. I want to see I, and I want to see j, and each on a separate line. It's better to see them on a separate line. Do I need anything else? Nope. What do you think this is gonna do? It's gonna depend on what I'm gonna enter here. So I like to take it out just for you guys so it doesn't confuse you, and you know I don't need those. I'm gonna put integer I as 0. This is gonna print me that multiple of 5s. Let's see. Is that true or no? Zero, 5, 10, 50. I didn't print j. Oops. I didn't put j here, so I'll put j so I can see what j is. Is j changing? The first one is going to be I 0, j is 5, I is incremented by 5. So now we have what? Let's open it and see the code. Look at the code. I'm saying I equals 0, j equals 5. I 0, j 5. Then I'm saying I is less than 30. Okay, but how much am I incrementing? I plus j. J is 5. So 0 plus 5. I equals 5. J is still 5. J didn't change. And then I have I is 5 plus 5 is 10. J didn't change. Then I have 10 plus 5 is 15, and it keeps the. Now can I put an increment inside here, J? Oh, let's do this. This is a really good one. And J equals 30, and I have I plus plus and J minus minus. Let's see. This is okay. Okay, save. Compile, build in Visual Studio, run, start without debugging. This start without debugging. This is I'm printing I, here I'm printing J. I is incremented, J is decremented. I incremented, J is decremented. See the difference? I can have two counters. This is a really good example, guys. You're lucky this semester. You did. No other group took what you took. So I'm gonna see how you're gonna do on your grades. Did I have those? I didn't need those. But now I want to see what if I have. And remember here a comma y between those two initial values. The first one is initial value condition. I can have another condition here with that one. So take out this, and this. What do you think this is gonna do? And let's put inline so you can see it, and doesn't fill the screen. Save. I left it empty. Infinite loop, same thing, it didn't take. And now 1 minute, let's see this. If I didn't have anything here like that, empty that this way, what do you think? Error. It's not the syntax of it, it's not the grammar of C++, it's something weird, doesn't know it. See, it gave me errors. I had something I wanted to. What did I want to do? Okay, let's have this. And here let's do scn num, and here I say integer num, and now depending on if num equals -1, I wanna a break, and we're gonna try exit also and see what's gonna happen. Run. Here's 4. It's gonna keep asking for numbers, guys, until you do what? Until we enter -1. And this is almost now, it's almost like what? A trigger event loop. It's like the while loop. It's like, it's depending on the trigger. We don't know how many times. It's infinite. It's gonna be an infinite loop until we enter -1. Until we enter -1. Hopefully this was helpful. I tried to cover everything in for loops. Let me see if there's anything I didn't cover. I don't think so, but if you have a question, if you want me to cover anything, and remember, final hints, and let's do a 4 with the, okay, let's go. I want to write down that I'm putting this, okay, question on the multiplication, question on still I'm gonna have more videos. I think I'm gonna have 3-4 more videos today. Please study them good, guys.